Holy moly. Okay. Chat with commitment issues. That's why they watch VTubers.
You ever have that one person in your life where it feels like you two are never on the same page? Like you tell them you like chocolate, but they always get you vanilla, or you two can never decide on what show you want to watch, or they just don't get your sense of humor, so every time you try to make a joke, it's really awkward. People can be—
Can't relate, I don't talk to anybody. I hate people.
very different sometimes, and this makes connecting with others hard. I've talked before about how as we're getting older, Gen Z is struggling with things like making new friends and starting relationships.
Well, yeah, no shit. They grew up online, man. Man, it hurts me so much. They're like, oh yeah, Gen Z's like part of the problem. It's like, bitch, they grew up online, man.
Obviously, the simple solution is to just put yourself out there more and reach out to people. But things are often easier said than done. Every day, people are writing think pieces and posting TikToks about red flags or complaining about how fake all their friends are. And sure, some of these things are valid. Dealing with people you care about can cause a lot of stress sometimes. I've even seen people who prefer to talk to an AI instead of a real—
No way.
I've even seen people who—
ChatGPT, can you respond as a thick Latina with an attitude? That is so bad, man. No, man. Oh, this reminds me of the kid that passed away because they thought that Daenerys Targaryen was real, and then she said that they should join him in the afterlife, basically. Like, this has become like an actual problem, man.
Who prefer to talk to an AI instead of a real person.
Dude,
because
what?
dealing with people is too complicated. Could you hit 4, please? Thanks. Hot one out there today, huh? Yeah, today is quite warm with a high of 88 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. Thanks for the report, weatherman.
No, Chad, you're not this bad, huh? Like, I'm not that bad. I can hold a conversation. I'm not terrible.
By the way, those are some nice shoes.
Thanks,
I really like
man.
the color. Thank you. Shoes are essential for protecting one's feet as well as providing support for the spine and skeletal system.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Doctor. Bro, man, I'm not that at all. If I ever catch someone pulling up ChatGPT on me, I'm gonna crash out.
What? Wait, are you using ChatGPT to respond to me in real time? I think this is my floor. But whether it's friends, family, or someone you're dating, relationships are a two-way street. A few years ago, I learned about a concept called attachment styles, and they helped me identify some of my own behaviors that were affecting my relationships with people. I think that when you know how you and someone are different, it makes it easier to find the things you have in common. And that's why knowing your attachment style can be helpful for not only having healthy relationships, but starting new ones too.
It's hard when you're trying to befriend a VTuber and then you just can't get them to respond to anything. You guys know Mia? I sent her a friend request like 3 months ago and she still hasn't accepted my friend request. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully she doesn't hate me, but like she never accepted my friend request.
So if you've never heard of it, an attachment style is basically just the way you connect with other people. And there are 3 main ways to be attached to someone: anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, and secure attachment.
I'm the anxious attachment for real. I worry about people not responding to me, but like if you don't, that's okay. I just feel bad and I feel like I'm the problem.
A lot of people like to think they're pretty secure, but at least when it comes to Gen Z, not many people actually are. For example, anxious attachment. People with an anxious attachment style tend to have a negative view of themselves and a positive view of others. And this causes them to have fears of being abandoned by people in their lives. So anxiously attached people like to seek a lot of validation and reassurance from their loved ones. Being an anxiously attached person is constantly battling with the feeling of wanting to be close with other people, while also feeling like other people don't want to be close with you. The best
That's VTuber mental illness. Yeah, that's a pretty standard.
part about an anxious attachment style is that I am one of these people myself. And sometimes it's hard to accept that you aren't as secure as you thought you were. I remember the first time I took a test, and when it said I was a 95% match for an anxious attachment style, I was like, nah. Like, this can't be right. I don't have a negative view of myself. I'm the GOAT. And I don't think all of my friends are gonna abandon me. But
like you have this complex where you think you're the GOAT 1 second and then something bad happens and you can't explain it, and then it's like that, man. It's not, it doesn't mean you're a bad person that you have like actual really bad issues, but like one thing can just make you crash the fuck out.
The thing about me is that I could be hanging out with my friends all day, and the moment someone says they're ready to go home, I immediately get sad. I could be tired.
I'm not that bad. I don't think like that. Thank God I don't.
Tired and ready to go home myself. But in my head, I'm like, who knows when we'll see each other again? It could be a year or 10 years. What if this is our last time hanging out ever?
Oh my God.
We don't even know it? The thing about attachment styles is that on paper, they seem simple, but in practice, it can be hard to recognize your anxious attachment tendencies because they look different for everybody. It can even be something simple like that one friend who gets mad at you for not watching the 70 TikToks they send you every day. But
I send my mom and my dad sometimes. I send them TikToks, and when they don't respond to me and they give me a thumbs up, I'm like, do they hate me or something?
another big thing with anxiously attached people is that they are very sensitive to changes in tone or mood. Sounds good. Thanks.
Oh, that's me.
Period.
Oh my God.
Do you hate me? What?
My parents send me the passive aggressive thumbs up on Facebook, and I think to myself, like, did I do something wrong?
What? No. Why would you ask that? What kind of psycho ends a text message with a period? What? That's just proper grammar. Everyone knows that you end a text with LOL, LMAO, or a laughing emoji, so I know you're not serious.
Yes. Thank you. Someone said it. You have to say oh blah blah, fucking add like an emoji or something at the end to make me feel better.
What are you talking about? It's just a period. Are you raising your voice at me? No, I'm not raising my voice. You're literally screaming at me right now. No, I'm not. Oh my God. You literally hate me.
Oh my God.
You literally hate me. And you
Chat, stop saying I'm stupid. Chat starts ending all messages with periods. Make the fox paranoid. Bro, don't make an announcement like that. They're actually gonna start doing it.
Want me to die? No, that's not. And naturally, attachment styles aren't just about your friendships. In fact, I would say they're even more important when it comes to dating. And dealing with an anxiously attached partner can be a lot of work. And being anxiously attached in a relationship feels terrible. Hey, I'm back. Hey, where have you been all day?
Hey.
Oh, I was just hanging out with my friend Alex. Just catching up. Alex is a gender neutral name.
There are so many crazy bitches that I knew from work that were like this. They're like, oh my God, Alana. He said that he was hanging out with like Alex, and I think that's a boy name, but it also could be a girl name. And I'm like, bitch, you're just insecure.
I can't tell if he was hanging out with a guy or another girl.
And if you ask, it makes you a bad person.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Alex. Where do you know each other from? Oh, me and Alex go way back. We used to do everything together. I see. Alex must have played basketball with you too, huh? You know, on the men's team. Oh, nah. Alex wasn't really into sports. We met in English class, actually. Oh, okay. By the way, is Alex short for anything? Like, I don't know, Alexander? It's funny you say that, but Alex is just Alex. It's not short for anything, actually. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's unbelievable, actually. Oh, I gotta tell you about what we did at prom together, too. You know what? I got some errands to run. Have fun with Alex. Did I do something?
Bitches be crazy, bro.
A lot of times, anxious attachment styles are associated with women,
I'm gonna crash
and men are
out.
thought to be more avoidant. But there are plenty of anxious men out there too. But a lot of guys try to act nonchalant so they don't seem clingy. I know plenty of guys, when their girl is going out, they're like, bro, I'm chilling. I don't care what she doing for real. But he's up all night checking her location every 5 minutes.
Chad, are you like this? Chad, are you like this? Be honest. I'm clingy as fuck, not gonna lie. But do you act nonchalant about it? You know what I'm saying? No, baby.
Anxiously attached men are just as common and can be equally as dramatic. Hey, babe, I'm going out with the girls tonight. You sure you're gonna be okay? Babe, it's fine. I'm a real man. I'm not insecure. I trust you. You're the best. I'll text you once we're at the bar, okay?
Yes!
All right, later. Have fun. Be safe. What am I gonna do? Why hasn't she called me yet? It's been 2 whole minutes. I bet her ex is there and she didn't even tell me. Sarah's probably convincing her to cheat on me right now. You know, I knew she never liked me. I mean, what kind of girl goes out without her boyfriend anyway? She probably already found
the normal kind, because they can have friends, girlfriend time. Look, I'ma say it. You need that time with your girlfriends. It's just, it has to be healthy, okay?
someone else who forgot about me. I bet he's taller than me too. I've been drinking so much. I'll call anyway and say, fuck. Hey babe, I'm back. Back already? I was enjoying some peace and quiet.
They hide the beer and just act like nothing happened.
Yeah, it was fun, but Sarah had way too much to drink, so we left the bar early and just chilled at her place.
Aww.
Classic Sarah. Gotta love her, right? How was your night? Have fun? Oh yeah, I just chilled. Definitely didn't have an emotional breakdown or anything like that. Having an anxious attachment style isn't easy. And even if you're aware that you aren't thinking rationally, sometimes you can't stop feeling the way you feel. So it's important that you set boundaries for yourself. And as an anxious person myself, this is hard. Everyone knows that it's not a good idea to get upset and go crazy on your partner just because they were slow to respond to a text or because they spent time with a friend. But I think one thing anxiously attached people tend to do is blame themselves for everything wrong in their relationships. Trust me, I know how it feels to be so desperate for someone's attention that you let them walk all over you and your feelings.
It's kind of the same thing as streaming. When something bad happens, you start overthinking every single thing about it, man. I don't know, but I don't think that's the same, like, one-to-one as a relationship or, like, your friends or whatever. I think it's, like, part, like, you know, the job, I suppose.
Want things to work out with a person so badly that you let everything be your fault just to keep them happy.
I'm sorry,
Every time
I'm
you
sorry,
try to
I'm
express
sorry,
yourself,
I'm sorry.
it becomes an argument when you're the one being ignored, but somehow you're always the one who ends up apologizing. It's not always your fault. You're not always overreacting. Sometimes people do mistreat you. You probably wish that you didn't care so much, that you could just be like other people and just say, forget this person. It's tiring pretending to not care just to see if someone else does. But
why does this hit so hard? I've had this happen with friends too. I had this COVID friend group that I played online games with all the time, and it was kind of the same thing. Obviously, it's not a relationship, but it happens with friends too.
But you're not wired that way, and that's okay. Sometimes others are quick to assume that all anxious people are clingy, selfish, and insecure. But anxiously attached people care a lot about their loved ones. They're just chronic overthinkers. So don't fill your head up telling yourself things like if they wanted to, they would, and try to work on actually telling your friends and partners what you need from them. If they do care, they'll at least try. And the biggest and hardest thing people with an anxious attachment style need to learn is how to give people space. When you and someone you care about aren't seeing eye to eye, you might be in a rush to want to fix things before they can abandon you forever. Sometimes people just need time to figure things out, and pressuring them to talk before they're ready isn't going to do either of you any good. And
Chad, I'm sorry. Don't leave me, please. I'm sorry. I'll change. Ellen, I need the more cat model time. Of course. Don't leave the stream. Please, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Please, anything. More cat time? What else? What do you want? Please don't ever leave me. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Please. please don't turn off the stream, please. I'm gonna cry. Take my cupcake, please. Please come to my stream. Don't leave me forever. I know it's okay for you to leave sometimes, but don't leave me forever. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. I remember all your names and all your colors and how often you sub and if you give me biddies or not. I'm gonna have a panic attack. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine, Chan, I'm fine. I don't have a mental illness. I'm fine. Right? It's fine. Right, we're chilling.
Also, sometimes anxious people need space too, even though we're pretty bad at taking it for ourselves. Your instinct is to rush to patch things up with someone before they can walk out of your life, but sometimes you need to reflect on what went wrong so you can actually grow from it. So
maybe if people had fucked me up, this wouldn't have happened. I wasn't born like this.
Learn to take space for yourself too. You'll honestly feel a lot better when you do. The people in your life do care about you and value you. People really do notice when you go the extra mile for them, and hopefully they'll learn to let you know that. Just remember that if people aren't responding to you, it might not be because they hate you, but rather because you have a bad habit of texting people at 3 a.m.
I feel like this is a personal attack. I've DM'd like other VTubers and they don't respond instantly, and I start thinking of scenarios that they fucking hate me and shit, and it turns out it's not true.
On the other end, you have people with an avoidant attachment style. Avoidant people are kind of the opposite of anxious people because they tend to have a positive view of themselves and a negative view of others. So while an anxious person likes to seek validation and closeness with others, an avoidant person prefers to avoid that. And sadly for me, many of the people in my life are avoidant. And an anxious person dealing with an avoidant person is a bad combo. Avoidants are people who need a lot of space. And if it's not given to them, they take it anyway. So trying to pull an avoidant person back into your life when they're pushing you away only makes them push even harder.
Chad, are you an avoidant? I'm sorry. Am I ruining our relationship? Yes. You're an most of my chat is avoidant? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I fucked up.
I think that avoidant attachment styles are more commonly associated with men, since men are known to be more closed off and don't like talking about our feelings.
Yeah,
like many avoidant people, men tend to see emotions as a distraction and that they should be minimized as much as possible. They also like to feel independent as well, not needing to rely on others for emotional support or reassurance. Dealing with avoidance can be difficult because they don't like to express their emotions or talk about how they're feeling at all. I remember I liked a girl who was very avoidant a lot, but trying to talk to her sometimes was genuinely like talking to a rock. And
it is Freerin coded.
This way of shutting people out can cause you to think that avoidant people don't care about you or that they're cold and heartless people. Avoidants get a lot of hate because many people have been hurt by avoidance in the past, including me. But many of them really are kind people and they do care a lot, but they don't always know how to deal with their own emotions, let alone other people's. So it's easier to just pretend that you don't feel them. A lot of times, the more an avoidant person likes you, the more they try to push you away because they're afraid of what someone might do when they're allowed to be vulnerable. A lot of men are avoidant because they're afraid that their vulnerability will be seen as weakness. They don't like talking about what bothers them because they're worried it could be used against them. And it's not only men. Avoidant women are
that's so valid though, but I can't control myself, man.
Just as common.
That's so valid,
with that guy
man.
you've been talking to? Honestly, they're great. He's the sweetest, kindest person I've ever met. He listens to me. He makes me feel safe. And I feel like I can just be myself around him. Wow, that's so good. So you really like him? Yeah, I do like him. Too much. Wait, what? He's everything I've ever wanted in a guy, but that makes me feel weak. So I haven't texted or called him back in 2 days.
Bro, that's fucked up. Is that real? Like, what a dum-dum.
What? Why? I don't know. When we're apart, I miss him so much, but when we're together, I just feel like I need space. Well, don't you think you should reach out and talk to him if that's how you feel? Probably. But I think I'm gonna wait for him to quadruple text me first.
Quadruple text me. Oh my god, that's fucked up. It's real. I met people like this. Powerful female logic. Guys, this isn't about being female. Boys do this too.
Don't you think he'll be upset that you haven't spoken to him? I'll just tell him I've been busy. But really, I've just been distracting myself so I don't have to confront my emotions. You've got some serious issues. Yeah, my therapist said the same thing. Avoidant people need space. And honestly, you're entitled to that. Sometimes being around people and catering to their feelings can prevent you from focusing on your own. However, if you care about the people in your life, you should probably communicate when you're about to go ghost. In my experience, avoidant people have a tendency to just disappear.
Yeah, I had a friend like that. They'd play a lot of games and then one day they just fucking disappear. And you're just like, hello? What happened? I thought we were good. And then you figure out that they're an avoidant type. Yeah, like they'll play like lots and lots of games with everybody and then boom, they're just gone. It's like, hello? And it's like a cell phone that's just like ringing and it's like no one's picking up. I hate that shit. I've matured and realized that it's not my problem and that they'll come back when they're ready. It's kind of fucked up, but like it's just, it is what it is, you know?
Everything will be going great between you two. Yeah. And you feel like you're getting closer to this person and then boom, they stop responding to you. And then a while later, they pop back up like nothing happened.
Hey, this what's sucks. Up?
And unfortunately, there are a lot of people I see on social media who see no issue with this. The truth is that while you might feel like you want to disappear sometimes, there are still people in your life who care about you. And just going ghost can cause them to worry about your well-being or even your relationship with them. You don't need to give people your whole life story, but you're also not the only person in the world who goes through things. Just reaching out to let people know you need some time to yourself is something everyone can understand.
Literally just say so, but they never do. Again, I don't blame them because I went through that with a bunch of people, but at the end of the day, like, just say, like, hey, I'm gonna take a little break. I don't hate you. And that's, like, more than enough.
It's easy to demonize avoidant people as cold and uncaring. And a lot of times, they've already told themselves the same thing. They know they're bad at reaching out, but after so long, they start thinking you don't like them anymore, so they shut you out even more. So unfortunately, when dealing with an avoidant person, you're probably gonna have to swallow your pride and do most of the reaching out yourself.
You spam text them like fucking 4 times.
Even if they're the one in the wrong and they want to apologize, you kind of have to be the one to leave the door open for them. And while an anxious person would sprint through the door, an avoidant person will wait for you to come drag them inside and lock the door behind them. One of the hardest things to do with an avoidant person is getting them to open up. They can be extremely guarded and even defensive.
You're like a brother to me. Yeah, type shit. Yep. Type shit.
Which can be frustrating to deal with. Yeah, he's great, but I just can't get him to open up and be vulnerable with me. He's so closed off sometimes. Shit. Yeah, guys can be like that. Has he ever opened up with you before? Not really, but there was this one time we got in a fight over something kind of petty. Yo, look, they got Goku cereal. I got a
Goku cereal? I want that.
Really? You're gonna spend extra money on cereal just because there's an anime character on it?
Yes, absolutely. If they had a Hololive cereal, I would develop diabetes and buy out like their entire stock.
Oh, yeah. I guess it is kind of silly, huh? Dang, that was kind of cold. Yeah, but I didn't realize it meant that much to him. I tried to apologize, but he kept telling me I didn't get it. But
oh my God, people like this.
He wouldn't tell me why. It's just cereal. Well, I don't think it's about the cereal. Yeah,
it's about what they like, man.
If you made him feel judged over something as petty as cereal, why would he feel comfortable coming to you about something more serious?
True.
Something more serial. Sorry.
Okay.
I guess you're right. I didn't really think about it that way. I gotta go make a trip. Later. Vulnerability is a privilege. And with some people, you have to work a little harder to earn it. Personally, I find it easy to share things about myself with other people, but others need to really make sure they can trust you before they open up. If you do something to make someone feel judged for being who they are, they might not feel comfortable sharing more about themselves. With avoidance, you have to earn the right to truly get to know them. Online, a lot of people like to paint anxious and avoidant people as two different ends of a spectrum, but I think they're more like two sides of the same coin. They both need a lot of reassurance that they matter to the people they care about. They just have different ways of going about it. An anxious person will cling to you, and an avoidant person will push you away. But this isn't to say that you should expect someone to put up with this forever, though. It can get exhausting constantly having to cater to an anxious person's expectations.
No, of course, because your mental illness isn't my problem. People can understand you, but at the end of the day, I think you should show signs of improvement. You should talk more. If you're an avoidant person, you don't have to necessarily open up your entire heart, but you should also have people who are anxious and clinging be less clingy over time. Obviously, when you're like 16 years old and you develop this or whatever, you figure out that you're like a clingy, anxious person. If you're 25, that should have improved, man. It's almost 10 years, man. Come on, grow up.
Or having to wait 3 business days for an avoidant person to text you back.
Yeah, it should be like more like 3 business days at that point, maybe 2.
You can do your best to accommodate other people, but you also deserve to have your emotional needs met too. People can only be patient for so long before they get tired of waiting.
True.
It sucks feeling like you're not allowed to be friends with people because your anxious boyfriend feels threatened by every single person you know. And it also sucks feeling pathetic because your avoidant girlfriend ignores you all day and doesn't like saying I love you to people. The goal is
I fuck with you heavy, bruh. No way. If someone said it to me, I'd be like, what the fuck type shit? What?
to keep working on yourself so that we can all work towards a more secure attachment style. Secure attachment is the best of both worlds. Securely attached people tend to not only have a positive view of themselves, but also others as well as their relationships. Secure people are comfortable with both closeness and independence.
What he's saying is not mentally ill people. Type shit, I fuck with you too. Aw, thanks. Aw. I fuck with you.
And rarely experience worries of being alone or not being accepted by others. A lot of people think of themselves as secure, but honestly, I don't think there's a such thing as being 100% secure. Everyone has some degree of avoidance or anxiousness. That's normal. But being secure is more about recognizing those tendencies and managing them as well as your expectations. And it's also about recognizing how other people become attached to you as well. Securely
Let me see if I can fit you.
how other people become attached.
Let me see if I can fit you in my schedule. Why is the battery always really low too?
To you as well. Securely attached people aren't perfect and logical people. Oftentimes, logic isn't the best way to deal with relationships anyway. What secure people are good at, though, are boundaries. Not only setting them, but clearly communicating what they are. Secure people get anxious, or they can be avoidant at times too. But they know this about themselves and try to keep those habits in check. Relationships come with challenges, but by no means should they be difficult. So don't make them difficult. Communicate with people. Don't go ghost, but also be willing to give people space. Be understanding and forgiving to the people you care about, and give others a chance to get to know you.
Aww, I heard he's the goat, and she brought him cereal. Oh, that's beautiful, Chad. I'd bring you Goku cereal.
When you're getting attached too quickly and might need to take a step back, but also know when you're the one preventing yourself from forming deeper connections with people. I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but I just like sharing the things that I've learned in case it helps someone else. I think we all want better ways to connect with each other. So remember to put yourself out there and be patient.
How's my gritty? Nanami would do that. He would hit the gritty really badly.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Chat? And thanks for 60K. Peace.
Wow. Peace. Go check him out. Guy makes great videos. Puts in a lot of effort. Clappies. Type shit. That hit too hard, man. I don't like that.